We're on.
Here we are.
We made it.
And hi, I'm Draya King. Welcome to the first episode of Podcast King, aka and hosted by Draya King. Special guest,
Niqa Mor.
recording
Hi,
artist and
everybody.
boss bitch. How are you?
Recording artist and boss bitch. I'm happy to be here. I'm just blessed that we were able to just link up on this beautiful day and just have, amazing conversations.
And it's been a while since I've actually linked up with you. We met, little backstory. We
Yes.
met about 3-4 years ago.
Yes.
At the Braxton's Family Values screening party.
Crazy. Which is so random to me because I think about that party all the time and I just wow, so much has changed since that time.
No, literally.
So much has changed since then.
Growth. You were promoting Damage around that time.
I was.
Which
I
was
was 2018.
Still one of my favorite songs by you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And now we moved on to Boss Shit.
Yes, Boss Shit.
And can you tell me a little bit about the process of writing and recording that song?
Okay, so I think Boss Shit for me has kind of just been the evolution of my rap side that I integrate with my R&B. Romeo Must Die, I feel like is the sister song to that, where it's Baby Me was kind of always just pushing it, with the lyrics and the energy. Intermission, you can hear pieces of that aggression, and I think Boss Shit was me finally coming into my own. It's the song isn't about an ex or a guy, it's just about me popping shit, stepping up to the next level, getting my money up, changing the narrative. And I feel everybody needs that comeback story where they're, you know what, I'm gonna get myself together. I'm gonna be on my boss shit today. I don't care who is talking to me. You're not gonna talk to me like this today. We on a different type of time. And I think that for me personally, it's my I don't want to say my villain origin story, but it's kind of where you see me step into my own and kind of create this movement that's yo, we bossing up on them.
And you did that. Now, there was something I wanted to address.
Yes.
And I think on behalf of the audience, they're going to want to know this too. So in the first verse, there is a line that goes, "This Louis top, it is see-through. He see me a lot, he don't see you. We freak and we shop and we eat too. He lie about me to keep you, say I'm his boss when I meet you." Now, listen. When I heard that, I was just wait, hold on. Who are we putting the pressure on?
I just think...
And also, were those lyrics written based on true events, or were you just popping boss shit? Okay,
so let's get into it. I feel the record for me, I went out to Toronto, I heard the beat, I loved the energy. I think the simplicity of just the keys and the energy was giving me bossy. And I remember being in the studio and I'm trying to come up with some ideas, and as I'm on the spot, I kind of just felt this pressure, it's me recording for the first time, in a new situation, a new environment, and everybody.
First time in Toronto?
Yeah, in Toronto. First time in Toronto, which amazing place, one of the best experiences ever. But in that process, I'm damn, I gotta come up with, a song that's hot. I'm trying different things, and I really wanted a record that was a rap record.
Yeah.
I think something that could just show how I flow
Versatility.
and the versatility. But I think, you get a lot of opinions that kind of come in, being an artist. It's you should do this more than that, or you should try this. And it's this was my sarcastic rebuttal of oh, this what you like? Okay, bet.
Would you still
I'm gonna talk
consider
crazy
that a
now.
part of your Sonic Fantasies aesthetic?
I think so. I think the fantasy is kind of all right, you want a rap star? You want that bitch? I'm gonna give you that bitch, and I'm gonna show you what the pen is hitting for and what it is. But I mean, when I didn't really finish the record till I went back to New York. It's I had the hook and the melody, and I knew the this what you like, it was gonna be in it. But I linked up with my homeboy Johnny. We were in Brooklyn, and I spent weeks in Brooklyn. My
You'll
roots,
get that in Brooklyn.
My roots are New York based. I'm a New Yorker at heart, but moving out to LA and traveling a bit, sometimes you just got to go back home and be in the element. So we just listening to music, chilling, eating, just vibing, and just we kind of got to that point where it's yo, let's pop shit on them. So that's where that line kind of came from for me. I think I kind of like play nice in general, but it's kind of like, hey, like in case you was hating or you was talking crazy, like just know like I could go that far. I could be that pressure. I could talk crazy.
Right. Push
you
buttons.
could give that. I could push that button
Push
if
buttons,
I wanted to. Exactly. Yeah.
What you gonna do?
But no, not personal. Not personal. I think that like, you know, I'm a sweetheart. Like I really, you know, I'm a good-hearted person, and like I am about playing fair in life. But sometimes like there is no room for playing fair. You gotta break a couple of rules here and there, and sometimes in getting what you want, you might have to push a few buttons.
Yeah.
But
and also just placing that assertiveness on people, like, yeah, I give you smooth R&B, but I'm nothing to play with.
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I think we all have this like competitive nature within ourselves that's like, I could do better. I could go harder. I could be the best. And I think like Boss Shit is all about being the best version of yourself. And like you said, I listen to it in the morning to get my vibes right.
Yeah.
I really feel like that's what it's made for. It's to be that anthem.
I fuck with it, and you did that.
Thank you so much.
So moving from Boss Shit, and then the follow-up, I would call it, is now On the Way. On the way.
So On the Way, I would say is like, you know, one of those blessings that kind of just comes out of the blue. It's like the opportunity was brought to me through my homegirl Perfxn, who is like an amazing producer. I mean, she's my designer, producer. Like we work together in every capacity. We've been friends for years. When she brought me into this campaign that was just highlighting women in music, hosted by Bacardi and Boy Wonder. It's a mixtape for women in the industry, producers, and I was called in to be a vocalist.
Yeah.
It's just one of those
things.
Shout out
to everybody.
It's one of those things where like it really tested my pen, you know, we're in the studio, I'm writing it like on the way to the studio, and it's kind of like that's where the energy came from. It's just fun. It's like if I were at a party and I saw a guy that I really wanted to like ask to dance, like, you know, I would be encouraging. I would be, you know, like, come on, like let's we only have one night to live. And I feel like that's just an energy that everybody relates to, you know, just going out partying, living your best life. And I'm so happy that this is, you know, showing a different flavor of what I do. Like I said, it's continuing where Damage kind of left off. And I think that, you know, I'm going to explore a whole pocket of tropical reggae dance hall music. I know that's like
Afrobeats is definitely
embedded in me for sure.
Yeah, too.
And also, you know, like I said, I'm still keeping my foot on the R&B neck. It's just like we're just gonna take a little moment, you know, we're gonna party for a bit, and then we're gonna take it back home for the winter, you know, and really just get in those feels, like that authentic R&B.
Not only did you bless your vocals on this track, you also co-wrote.
Yes.
And another amazing thing about this, on top of everything else, you know, being produced by Perfxn, vocals by Niqa Mor, it's also an NFT asset.
Yes, the NFT aspect of it is really the futuristic, you know, aspect of everything. I mean, I'm always in love with just finding that balance between like nostalgia and the future. And I feel like NFTs are the future. It's the future of music. It's investing in, you know, not only the artist, but it's growing with us. It's seeing how we, you know, create. We're giving you properties and things that, you know, are timeless, and they're assets, they're collectibles. I know as like a music fan myself, I'm like, wow, there are so many things that like they say that like the CDs are like the OG NFTs, because they really are. It's like just tons
you can
of
hold on to it
music
forever.
in one place that you can just have forever. And I feel like, you know, I'm excited to see how we can break boundaries in the NFT community.
Earlier this week when we were on the phone, I couldn't stop giving you all types of, this is innovating, this is genius, this is...
Thank you so much.
You know, just like game changing in a sense. So can you just explain to people who don't know, because I know the whole cryptocurrency NFT thing, that's like, you know, kind of foreign language to some people still. And even myself, I'm still trying to figure it out. So if you can just explain a little bit about,
for sure,
you know, what does NFTs even mean? And then walk us through the process of being introduced to this project on top of the recording sessions. Like, what was that like?
Well, I think that the space of NFTs are changing, you know, like originally they were digital assets. I feel like musicians kind of hopped in because we know that it's like we have so much to offer as artists. We have lyrics, we have BTS footage, VHS footage. We have so many properties that people want to be a part of and share. And I think that like the NFTs allow you to create a digital asset that's amazing, that's rare, that's, you know, never been seen before, never been, you know, I think that's kind of like where the collectability comes in. And then being able to put it for sale for your fans and allow them to receive dividends of the song.
Right.
I think that it's probably one of the coolest things that I've been a part of in a long, long time. And I can just see how, you know, the investment is going to pay off in the long run, because think about the future of artistry, of branding, of merchandising. It's like I can take literally anything on my laptop, package it into something amazing, and there's so many assets that we can give to our fans. And I look at like content as a gift. It's really a gift.
Stock or a share in something that you can use every single day if you wanted to.
Exactly. And on top of it, it's just kind of like, it's thinking about how we can take things to the next level. I mean, things are constantly changing. Our attention spans are getting shorter. We're constantly shifting social media platforms and the way we consume content. Maybe it isn't about the physical album anymore. It was, but now it's about streaming. And as things change, I think we just have to be open to where
it's going.
Technology is going, and just jump on the wave. It's like, hey, if everybody's investing in content that's digital, I mean, like you said, I just went on Photoshop and just had a little fun and got crazy. But like, those are creations that people would pay for and would invest in, and it's a part of your brand and your artistry too.
How were you introduced to this project, and what was your initial thought going into it? Were you nervous? Were you excited?
Originally, I always kind of like create like vibes for myself, eras, I would say. I know like where I want to go with my music, and so I knew that I wanted to do like a dance hall infused like project or sound at some point. The timing of that was all up to God. I just kind of like allowed myself to be available, and when Perfxn got called in by Wanda and Bacardi, Boy Wanda and Bacardi, to do the mixtape, like I was just happy for my friend. I'm like, oh, congratulations, like great for you, this is amazing. And then the next day she's like, hey, we need a vocalist. And like I just knew it was for me, and it's just something that like I had intended at the beginning of the year. Like I really want to work with Wanda. I really want to work with different campaigns. I just never thought it would be compiled into like
all of it at
once.
Bacardi,
Boy Wanda, an NFT, a campaign. But I'm so blessed and I'm so grateful. And I wasn't nervous because I was prepared. I knew. Like when an opportunity comes up, you just know, like when it's aligned for you, and it's like there's no other option. Like I'm gonna nail this, and I'm gonna go in and give them a hit. And I really feel like we went in with the idea of like making a wonderful record. We got locked in the studio. There was like a storm, so we were trapped. We had to sleep there overnight. And
all of that.
Yeah, it was like so crazy. And like the Ubers, like we couldn't even get home. It was like flooding in New York, and it's just one of those moments where it's like you're just kind of laughing, like people don't see what goes into making. I
actually do remember
records.
That moment. It was like a month ago, or more than a month ago, actually.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we were trapped in the studio, and I didn't get home until like 2 in the afternoon the next day. But it's kind of just worth it when you know that you're creating and living your dream, and to even see the NFT artwork come to life, and the mermaid, and just all these different things. I got to meet amazing creatives within like a 2-week span.
Yeah, and
no idea this was coming, but
very
I'm just
fortunate that
here.
you were stuck somewhere that I'm sure you probably consider like a second home.
Totally.
The studio.
Totally. The studio is a second home. And I mean, the couches are pretty comfy in there. There were snacks. Like, we were safe. It's just one of those things where it's just like, I'm just blessed to be able to do what I love for a living. And, it pays to really believe in yourself.
And how did you find that, that light inside of you that said, I know what my purpose is. I'm going to go after it. And because I know for me, finding purpose took some time. Mm-hmm. You go through trial and errors, and you have a lot of people in your ears also telling you if something is not going to make you no money right now, or like, oh, this is a cute hobby, use it as a side hustle. Like something like music and art, people don't really see all the time as like a main, way of, one, doing something you love, and two, also making some type of compensation off of it.
Right. And I think the key that I've always found in everything is like having this strong ability to see myself in others. As weird as it sounds, it's just kind of like, if I can see that somebody else is doing something amazing, and I can like, okay, they're doing it. Like, I don't look at it like, if they're doing it, how am I gonna get there? I look at it like, if they're doing it, like, I see myself in that person. Like, I know that I can do this too. Yeah. And then I use that belief to kind of fuel me to like become it in any way possible. And I feel like that's like the driving force that really pushes me towards what I do. It's like, okay, if I believe I'm a superstar, I'm gonna put that energy into myself every single day. Like, I want to be Monica,
really
Brandy,
manifest.
Elite. Like, I want to feel those energies, and I want to become like, it's all in me. And then I wake up every day with the best, the best foot forward, creating, singing, writing, and it's like, it's about how you feel on that playback when you listen to what you recorded, not what anyone else thinks. It's about what you feel about what you drew or what you're doing. And the more you love yourself, like, the more people will like see the confidence in your art and then start supporting you, because it's all, it's all a mind game. It's all a show of like who believes in themselves.
Right.
And I think like people like Kanye or people who are like adamant about self-belief, you see them soar because there's nothing stopping them or getting in the way from that mindset. It's just like tunnel vision. You're not nicer than me. You're not flyer than me.
Right.
Like, and not even on no cocky. It's just like on some.
But
on
just
some,
why
like,
would you put yourself down?
Studying
be on
yourself,
a pedestal together.
Yeah, studying yourself builds that confidence though. Because if I study my craft and I've been in the studio 200 times in the past month, like if I'm working and I'm doing all these things I need to do, I'm inevitably gonna get nicer. I'm gonna have a better pen. I'm gonna have a better voice. And when I play my music back for people, I'm gonna be sitting there like, yo, this is some fire. You either gonna bop to it or you not, but I'm not gonna like feel a type of way if another person doesn't get it, because it's only for me to get, and it's for me to get, to give, and to share, and
exactly
with the intention to inspire.
Right. So from the beginning of your career to now, have you seen like a major shift in your team or just like your support system that once was there, or is it currently still there?
1,000%. I think it's all, like I said, it's a game with myself. I have always been a strong backbone of my, creative endeavors. I'm always the person that's like curating, creating, and the ideas that I create are always the ones that come to fruition. So I know, like, I'm the captain. Okay, I got this. I'm driving the boat here. I'm the boss. And sometimes that is a responsibility because you're just learning like, oh, wait, like there's no one else that I can give this authority to. It's all mine to keep, and I got to like harness it in the best way possible. And I can't give it away to other people because they don't see the vision the way I do. Yeah. And knowing that, I got to consistently delegate. Sometimes it's about role delegation, like who can do what, who's successful at what, and who loves me the most when I'm down, like who's around me feeding me positive energy, like reminding me like, hey, like you might have, messed up here, but keep going. Like you got your whole career to
why stop now?
Yeah, why stop now? I mean, and at the end of the day, I look at my past self to inspire myself because younger me was a lot more spicy and fearless and just doing whatever, and like it's her that got me here. And it's like I can never shun her because she was like hungry, ready to get it, ready to meet whoever, ready to work and put in that work. And it's like, if it weren't for her, I wouldn't be sitting here today comfortably. Like I do what I want for a living. No way.
So what's something that you want to say to your younger self now? Like, is there any specific thing?
You the
that
boss,
was like
you
really...
that bitch. You should have never doubted yourself because you're amazing and you're doing so well and you're inspiring others. You're a great person. You're the prize. And like never forget that. Like always remember that like every day is a blessing. Every day is a moment to do what you love. And just don't take it for granted. I think there were times it's like I was like watching others, observing, like feeling like I was gonna get like left in the dust because things weren't moving. But it's like things can only move as much as you want them to. If you want to connect with people, go outside. If you want to make music, go in the studio. If you want to draw, go draw. Like
be in that circle.
And there's no reason. Every environment that I put myself in has been one that I've been able to create, and I've made the most of it. When I first moved out here, it was just using the connects I had on Instagram to just see who I knew, make one or two friends. When I moved, it gave me the ability to record, to work with people who were already having sessions. And then now it's like those same people that I was working with, they all got plaques and they all got their things going on. And so it's like, it's just when you put yourself in a position of successful energy, you're just going to be around it. It's like if I'm working with all these people and they're doing well, I'm next. Like I have no choice but to be, because I've already planted that seed.
Right. Mm-hmm. Do you even remember that space you were in with self-doubt?
I remember it like yesterday. I think I journal everything. because I have to remember.
Oh, that's dope.
Like, I mean, like, my manifestation journey has been, like, documented from the day I moved till now. Like, I keep track of everything because I remember the self-doubt, and I write down, like, and I look back and
You remember the day,
it's like time traveling. It's like you write down in your journal every day, you know, whether it be, like, just your thoughts or, like, what you want to happen or what has happened. And then sometimes I just open my book, like, universe, what you got? Open it up, I'll look in it, and it will tell me something from like 2 years ago that I was talking about. And then from there, the perspective changes. I was sitting here praying for a blender to make smoothies, you know, like that's what I really wanted at the time. But now, like, you looking at the blender in your kitchen, you're like, oh, I got that.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's nothing. Like, oh, I got the shoes I wanted. I got, you know, that text message or that thing. Like, it becomes normal. And then you start looking at, like, wow, like, why would I ever doubt myself? Like, I got that blender. I got, like, remember that time I thought I couldn't get to Miami and then I did? Or that time I thought I couldn't go here? Like, and then you start to build that faith in yourself. Like, oh, I actually got me. I've always had me. I'm never going to not be without. Like, there's a time, like, I prayed to God for this and I got it. And I got it. And I'm going to get it every time because we built our relationship. And it's like, if I don't get it, I know because it's something better or it's coming.
Right.
But I don't think that I think like the self-doubt taught me like not to ever do it again. Like stop doubting yourself, please.
Yeah.
You've already had results.
Pick your crown up, queen.
You've already had results thinking negatively, and
right.
You're not good. So why, like, it's almost like, hey,
don't work against
if
yourself.
I'm like ridiculously optimistic, maybe the percentage of shit working out will actually be a lot higher than me just like staying in it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. And
I think that faith pushes me through every obstacle. And it's hard to get through, but it's just a mind game. You gotta, like, know what you're telling yourself is real. Not what other people tell you, what you tell you.
Can you give us a little, like, sneak peek or, you know, a little dab of what you're manifesting now? Because you got the shoes you want. You got the blender.
Look. I mean, I think manifestation is always, like, a consistent process. I think for me, I would like to see like my career skyrocket within the next 5 years, solidify myself as a mogul, as a brand. Signed? I'm signed to an indie label, yeah.
Okay.
But it's just, you know, we're working together to just do really amazing things with my project and just, you know, push forward, and I'm blessed to be supported.
When can we expect the next project, and what does more music sound like?
More music.
Or what is it gonna feel like?
Okay, so I like to consider my music like cinematic universes.
Ooh. But
like sonic cinematic universes. Mm-hmm. And I look at everything as like a movie. Like my life is a movie. I date characters. Like I have people in my life that play different roles, and I'm just like creating the soundtrack for it. And like lately it's just been vibes. It's been, you know, it's been sensual R&B. It's been right. Just like, you know, great views, great food, great people, great connections. And so I know that the new music coming up is going to be a lot more, I would say it's more like romance inspired and dramatic, and, you know, it's sensual. It's deep. I really want to touch those pockets of 90s R&B.
Are you dating?
I am free. Living my best life and enjoying people, enjoying connections.
Can I hear like a little lyric that's inspired by
what
you're going through now? Like what have you wrote recently that's inspired by what you're feeling?
Okay, let me see. Let me go on my little phone. Let's see.
And you can just say like one bar, like if he was sitting right next to you,
I'm screaming.
What would like
the
first thing be?
There ain't no distance between two souls that's destined to meet.
There ain't no distance between two souls that are destined to meet.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yes.
I really do. And when can we expect the next project from Niqa Mor?
Well, I got a few things in the stash, but I really want to like drop something hot for November. I'm really been on like my Niqa night shit, you know, just like late night R&B vibes. Because
you have a bunch of AKAs, girl.
Look, the list is growing. I got more nicknames than Diddy Per, and
I know that's right.
I love it. I always wanted to have like a cool name that I could just like brand and do fun things with, and like my family always got like a million nicknames for me already. So it's just like to go from Nicole to Niqa is a whole story. And then, you know, like even now I'm just like I just be playing around with it. I just like, you know, like I said, I like to become different characters and like channel through my music and through those personalities.
Yeah, I mean, you can add another one right now. We can share it.
Look,
Podcast Niqa, Podcast King.
Podcast Niqa, Podcast Princess.
More podcasts, more music.
More music, more life, more everything. Like I said, my name, I want to live up to it. I want to give more. I want to do as much as I can. I want to maximize what I'm creating and, you know, take the fuck over. Literally. And
you will, and you are.
Yes.
You are. I feel like On the Way is on the way. Can we expect a music video?
You know what? That's what I'm manifesting. We manifesting the Bacardi music video for On the Way.
I know that's right.
I really, like I said, I want to take you guys to the Exotica era. That's what we're in right now. It's the Exotica era. So everything is going to be real, you know, spicy and seductive and just fun and free. And I think like it's a good way to just start off the year. End off the year and start, you know, the next phase of more.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank
so
you
much
so
for
much.
coming. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your beautiful energy.
And it's just like, you know, full circle moments because we definitely were at that Braxton's event and just everything from there has just
literally
unfolded for us to even be in LA right now. It's kind of crazy.
No, like amazing. I've always wanted to collaborate with you on something,
Didn't
but I always wanted to.
Fashion Week too.
We did Fashion Week also, yes.
And we were together, and then
literally,
it's so crazy. We were driving around that day. Yeah,
the traffic was ridiculous.
That was crazy. R.I.P. Mac Millie. That was the day Mac Millie died. I remember we was.
Damn. Oh yeah, we got the news, and it was just like the whole energy kind of changed that day.
The whole energy changed, but it was like I was literally going through my phone, and I seen like all those pictures of us. Like, you with the blonde. Mm-hmm. You had the blonde. Look, the platinum blonde was eating. And it's giving, we really went there and was like, Fashion Week,
I have
what's
that
up?
Bathroom mirror pic.
Just popped up and I was like, where the hell have you been? But it's just funny how everything's just full circle.
I love it. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Any last words that you want to say to the audience?
I just want to say thank you so much for all your love and support. More music. And, you know, I'm about quality and just bringing back amazing vibes to the industry, to this music game. And we're going to see what happens. I'm ready.
Thank you for joining me today on The Debut.
Thank you so much.